Are you a Babylon 5 fan? Are you a fan of the original Aurora Starfury? Well, join me today as I show you how to print the Thunderbolt Starfury. See you guys inside. Hello and welcome to today's video. As I said in the intro, we are going for Babylon 5's Thunderbolt Starfury. So this model is out there on Thingiverse. Really, it's a clean model. It's well put together. It was a very easy print. I enjoyed printing it quite a bit. I'm looking forward to, I'm still working on some of the, filling in a few of the gaps, but I'm sanding it down. I'm looking forward to painting this guy because it is a pretty awesome ship. So this one was from Babylon 5. It didn't show up till, I believe it was either season 2 or 3. This model versus the older Aurora sitting up here was capable of aerial insertion. So it could go out down into the planetary atmosphere and still fight as a fighter, where the Aurora couldn't do that. It would just crash. So I used a CR10. I blew the model up to 150%. I wanted to make this one bigger. It's printed in a multitude of parts. I believe it was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think it was 12 parts in total to print this. I did it all in one print. I had everything laid out, and I'll show you how I did that in Cura and what settings I used to do this. So let's hop over to that computer and get this thing done. But before we do that, if you like the content you see on this channel, if there's a ship you want to see printed or anything along those lines, or have a question about 3D printing, leave me a comment down below. If you want to see more stuff like this printed, subscribe, join the crew. Everybody here matters. I really appreciate everybody that has joined, as we've grown over 1,600 subscribers as last look. So again, big thank you to everybody that has. If you're a sci-fi fan or Halo, cosplay, anything like that, come on in and join us, because we are doing all kinds of stuff. I'm working on different things. You can see models that I've worked on or printed all around me here. So definitely join us. And if you're just learning how to 3D print and got a question, ask it down below, and make sure you hit a like on this video, because we want these videos to take off and help more people do the printing that they enjoy. So let's hop over to the computer and let's get this guy set in Cura so we can get him on the printer. See you guys over there. Alright guys, so here is the model out on Thingiverse by Alpokemon, Babylon 5 Thunderbolt. This model, I really like it. It is really cut up really nicely into 9 files. There's been remixes of it. It comes with a stand. It comes with everything that you need. So basically, this thing is just ready to rock and roll. So here is the files. The base, a base mock-up, and then the ship itself. So let's start getting these into Cura. So I'll pop Cura open, and I'll take the files off to the side here. And I'm going to start with just the Thunderbolt file, which is just the ship. So you can print this in one whole piece if you choose to. I did not choose to do so. So I'm actually going to clear that. I printed it into pieces. I'm going to clear my build plate. I'm going to drag on the rear first. That's the back of the thrusters with the wings. Now you notice there's space in here. Now, there's a cool thing about this space, and we'll get to that here in a second. So here's the middle. Let's get everything on here, and I'll show you what is really kind of cool about how this was done and some options that it gives you. Here's the join cubes. Now, you are going to need about 12 of those, so make sure you print enough of them. I'm going to pull the front on. And that comes with the front 4 of the engines. You've got the middle section here and the back. So basically, here's your 3 pieces that you need. But you notice the graying and the space. Well, here's kind of a cool thing about it. You can actually, if you set your model in correctly, you can actually move these within each other and save yourself a lot of space. And then, of course, you need to multiply this. It's always nice to have a handy one. And something, too, before you multiply that, I recommend shrinking that down to 99%. It just helps it fit better. Then you got the base. Oh, that's the fighter with the base. But we just need the Earth Alliance base, which comes with our 2 pieces. Now I'm doing this on a CR10 build plate. I also expanded mine to print at 150%. So I was utilizing a lot of the build space. And get these messages out of your guys' way so you can see. So, but notice like how these are all sitting here. You can actually get it to fit like that and print just like that. So this model is actually really nicely curated for an Ender 3 or a smaller printer. Easily could do every piece of it on the CR10 as it is. But like I said, I blew it up to 150% by going up here and moving that to 150, which really scaled up the model. And then after you scale it up, got to go get it back on the build plate and slide it around. And of course, you know, it's in the middle of that, but you know, so make sure you scale everything up, because that's where I made my mistake. I actually need to reprint the stand at 150. I only printed it at 100, but it actually kind of looks cool with the angle that it gives it. Makes it look like it's doing a turning flyby. But basically with Cura, there's not that much you have to do in here to get this guy ready. A little bit of placement goes a long way. I'm going to scale this back to 100%. So essentially the way this model is, if you have a CR10, you can print all parts in one go, which you'll see me do. I did do the stand separately because I didn't even know if I was going to use the stand, but you can essentially get everything to print in a nice simple line. Now, this area is grayed out. You can still put models in it and print as long as it's not connecting with another piece. Supporting on this was very minimal, which was very impressive to me. Here's what I'm using. I'm using Inland PLA Plus White to print this one. A layer height of 2, initial layer height of 0.3. My wall thickness is 0.8. Infill density, this is a model. It didn't need to be very dense. Now, if I had made this as a toy, I would have upped the density to make it a lot stronger, or I would have printed it with PETG. But this one is just a model. Initial layer, I'm laying down at 210. Everything else I'm printing at 215. Summer's coming, so I'm just kind of adjusting my heat a little bit. Print speed is at 50. Infill speed is 84. Retraction, of course, is enabled as Z-Hop is on. Whoops. I want a Z-Hop over every part because I don't want to smack a support and break it. Retraction is 6.5 to try to keep that stringing down as much as I can. My retraction speed is at 25, which works really well for this printer. And then support, I did 80%. So let's get this guy sliced. This will take a few moments to slice because I've got a lot of stuff on the build plate. This is not how I kind of did it with the finished pieces, but you guys will kind of see my layout when I kind of do a little bit of a different thing with this one, is you guys will actually see me take it off the raft and assemble it. So that's something new in this video. If you guys are enjoy seeing that, let me know down in the comments below, so I know to keep doing that in future upcoming videos, that you guys want to see me actually taking the parts off the raft and assembling it together. It can be a little bit time consuming, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, we are sliced. So let's look at our preview. I do have rafting enabled, but you can see, oh, I need to up support. I did more than 80%. I'm still going to use Secura 4.8. It does stuff a little bit different than 4.6. Some of it I don't like, some of it I like, but you've got a lot more choices in the support. And of course, you know, I'm still using a raft for build plate adhesion. It just gives me a wider area, especially in these smaller parts like these cubes. It lets me get a better grip on the plate and keep them on the plate. So, and especially if I'm hopping around with this many parts, you can choose just to print each part piece by piece if you want to. You don't have to do it this way, but you're going to notice when you do the engines, they're going to be scattered out like that. Now you can prevent that by going into Mesh Mixer and cutting the file and all that jazz, but I went even lower than that apparently. Fine, let's hop down to 50. I just want to make sure we're getting enough support on these, because they're very thin and can break pretty easy. Luckily in this build, I did not break one. So, but we got to get this thing kind of sorted out. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If there's something you want to see sliced or have a question on how to break a model up in smaller pieces or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment about that as well, on making this stuff smaller, easier to use, and faster to use.
So I was really impressed by the detail of this model, and as you notice on the Thingiverse page, it's still a work in progress. This guy has not claimed, I'm done. There we go. Now we got the support. So I went down to 50% over. 50%. You can see it's not adding a lot of support at all to the model, which is what you really, really want. You don't want a ton of support because you got to get that support off. So there it is. So let's hop over to the printer, watch those time lapses these guys print, watch me assemble it, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video.
Alright guys, that's the print. That's the model. I'm looking forward to getting this, finishing up the sanding, getting this guy out in the paint, getting him gray. I haven't decided which one I want to do yet, if I want to make it a Psycore emblem, or if I want to use a B5, or what faction I actually want to put this. If you have a suggestion, put it down in the comment down below. And one of the things I did forget to point out, it even has a really awesome Earth Force emblem stand. I made a mistake on this one, I'm going to fully admit this, that I only printed this at 100%, so it doesn't exactly hold my ship the way it should. Because it should slide on and hold in the groove. But I'm making it work, so that's all that really matters, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the crew, because everybody here matters. If you got a question about 3D printing or models, or want to see something printed, leave that comment down below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.